5 proven top foods for increasing your testosterone and libido. Not what you think, you know. There's a conversation that happens between friends our age, often unspoken, but understood with just a look. It's that quiet sigh in the morning when the get-up hango just doesn't seem to want to get up and go anymore. It's that feeling of your energy levels dipping a little lower than they used to, of wanting to feel that familiar spark, but finding the pilot lights just not as strong. Maybe you've chalked it up to just getting older, a number on a calendar, something you're supposed to just accept. But what if I told you that some of that feeling isn't an inevitable sentence, but more like a dial that's been turned down a little and can be turned back up? And one of the most powerful ways to adjust that dial is sitting right there in your kitchen. Welcome, friends. Today, we're talking about something vital, something that's at the very core of our vitality as men, especially as we navigate the wonderful, complex journey of life after 60. We're talking about testosterone and libido. Now, I know that might sound like a topic for a young man's magazine, but trust me, it's just as important, if not more so, for us. This isn't just about the bedroom. It's about muscle strength, about mental clarity, about that deep foundational energy that fuels our days and our passions. It's about feeling like ourselves. And the best part, you don't need fancy prescriptions or complicated routines to make a real difference. Some of the most powerful tools are the foods we eat. But I'm not talking about the usual suspects you might find on some bodybuilding website. No, we're going beyond the typical advice. These are 5 proven, top foods for boosting your testosterone and libido that are probably not what you think. They're simple, delicious, and incredibly powerful. We'll cover the first 2 in this video and continue our journey with the rest. So, let's start with a food that might surprise you. When you think of boosting testosterone, I'd bet a big, juicy steak comes to mind. And while red meat has its place, the real hero for our hormonal health is often swimming in cold, deep waters. I'm talking about fatty fish, salmon, mackerel, sardines, even herring. Now, why are these so special? It all comes down to 2 powerhouse nutrients, vitamin D and omega-3 fatty acids. Think of vitamin D, not just as a vitamin, but as a hormone itself. Our bodies need it to produce testosterone efficiently. As we've gotten older, our skin becomes less effective at making vitamin D from sunlight. And let's be honest, we're probably not spending as much time sunbathing as we used to. So, we have to get it from our diet. A single serving of salmon can provide a massive dose of this essential pro-hormone. Then there are the omega-3. These incredible fats do a few things. First, they reduce inflammation throughout the body. Chronic inflammation is like a silent thief. It steals our energy and disrupts our hormonal balance, including testosterone production. By calming that inflammation, omega-3s create a much better environment for your body to do its job. Second, they help improve blood flow, and good circulation is crucial for every aspect of vitality, including libido. It's not a magic pill, but it's about giving your body the raw materials it needs to function at its best. Aim for a couple of servings a week. A simple baked salmon fillet with some lemon and dill, or even some sardines on a whole grain cracker, can make a world of difference. Now, let's move from the seed to the soil, to a food that is so humble, so overlooked, that most people just walk right by it in the grocery store. I want you to think about the last time you bought cabbage. Yes, cabbage. That big, round, leafy ball that seems better suited for coleslaw at a summer picnic than for boosting your testosterone. But here's the secret. Cabbage, along with its cruciferous cousins like broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and kale, contains a compound called indole-3-carbinol. Now, that's a bit of a mouthful, so let's just call it I3C. What I3C does in your body is nothing short of remarkable. It helps your liver process and clear out excess estrogen. Now, both men and women have testosterone and estrogen. It's all about balance. As we men age, that balance can sometimes shift, with testosterone decreasing and estrogen increasing relatively. This can lead to that loss of energy, that stubborn belly fat that seems impossible to lose, and a dampened libido. By helping your body manage its estrogen levels, cabbage acts like a gentle reset button, allowing your natural testosterone to have a greater effect. It's not about adding something artificial. It's about removing a roadblock, and the best way to eat it, lightly cooked, is actually better than raw for unlocking these benefits. A simple stir-fry with some sliced cabbage, carrots, and a bit of chicken, or some roasted Brussels sprouts with a drizzle of olive oil. It's not about eating a whole head of cabbage in one sitting. It's about making it a regular, rotating part of your vegetable intake. It's a small, simple change with a potentially profound impact on your inner chemistry. These first two foods are a perfect example of how this works. It's not about drastic measures or choking down something you hate. It's about strategic, delicious choices. The fatty fish provides the essential building blocks, and the cabbage helps clear the path for those building blocks to be used effectively. It's a 1-2 punch for your vitality. And this is just the beginning, because the next foods we're going to explore might surprise you even more. One is a spice you probably already have in your cupboard, and the other is a type of shellfish that's considered a delicacy, but is far more accessible than you might imagine. They each play a unique and powerful role in this symphony of supporting your health and helping you feel that vibrant energy return. It's fascinating, isn't it? How something as simple as choosing salmon for dinner or adding some cabbage to a stir-fry can send such a powerful message to your body. It's a message that says, I'm investing in you. I'm giving you what you need to thrive. And that's really what this is all about, making small, consistent investments in your well-being that add up to a tremendous return in how you feel every single day. Now, let's turn up the heat a little bit, quite literally, with our next powerful food. This one comes from a plant, a vibrant red pod, that you might associate more with spicy cuisine than with your health. I'm talking about the mighty ginger. I can almost hear some of you thinking, ginger? For an upset stomach, sure, but for this, absolutely. Ginger is a true unsung hero in the world of natural health, and its benefits for men our age are particularly impressive. You see, ginger is a potent antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. We already talked about how calming inflammation is key to creating a good environment for testosterone production, but ginger goes a step further. It's what's known as a vasodilator. That's a fancy word, meaning it helps relax and expand your blood vessels. Think of your circulatory system like a network of garden hoses. Over time, with plaque buildup and just the wear and tear of life, those hoses can get a little stiff and narrow. The water pressure, your blood pressure might go up, but the actual flow to the places that need it can become less efficient. What ginger does is it helps to relax those hoses, to open them up just a bit more. This improved blood flow is absolutely essential for performance, for stamina, for that physical response we associate with vitality and libido. It's about making sure the delivery system is working at its best. But the benefits don't stop there. Studies have shown that ginger can actually boost testosterone levels directly by enhancing the production of the hormone in the testes, and also by protecting it from oxidative stress. It's just like a 2-for-1 deal. It helps create more of the good stuff and then protects it. The best part is how easy it is to incorporate. You don't need to eat a whole handful. Grate a little fresh ginger into your morning tea or coffee. Add it to your stir-fries, your soups, even smoothies. That little bit of zing isn't just waking up your taste buds. It's waking up your entire system. And speaking of waking up your system, our next food might be the most intriguing of them all. It's not something you're likely to have in your pantry right now, but after you hear about it, you might just want to go out and get some. I'm talking about oysters. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oysters, aren't those a bit of an old wives' tale? Well, it turns out the old wives were onto something very, very real. Oysters are, without a doubt, one of the most concentrated natural sources of a mineral that is absolutely critical for male hormonal health, zinc. Zinc is like the foreman on the construction site of your testosterone. You can have all the raw materials, the vitamin D, the healthy fats, but without zinc, the foreman isn't there to tell the crew what to build and how to build it. Zinc is directly involved in the production of testosterone. In fact, even a mild zinc deficiency can lead to a significant drop in testosterone levels. For us, as we age, our bodies can become less efficient at absorbing zinc, so ensuring we get enough is paramount. Oysters are so packed with zinc that just a couple can provide you with your entire daily requirement, and then some. They're also a great source of protein and other mood-boosting minerals like selenium. Now, I am not suggesting you have to sit down to a dozen oysters on the half shell every night though. If you enjoy them, that's a delicious option. If the texture or idea of raw oysters isn't for you, that's perfectly fine. You can get them smoked in a can and add them to chowders or pasta dishes, or even find them pre-cooked. It's the zinc we're after. And if oysters are just a bridge too far, other good sources of zinc include pumpkin seeds, lentils, and even a little bit of dark chocolate. So now, we have a powerful quartet working in harmony. The fatty fish provides the foundational vitamin D. The cabbage helps clear the path by managing estrogen. The ginger boosts production and ensures everything is flowing smoothly. And the oyster, with its powerhouse of zinc, acts as the essential foreman, directing the whole operation. Each one plays its part, supporting the others, creating a symphony of benefits that can truly help you turn back the clock on that feeling of fading energy. But there's one more food to discuss, a final piece to this puzzle, that is perhaps the most common, yet most misunderstood of them all. It's a food that has been unfairly vilified for decades, but emerging science is showing just how crucial it can be, especially for men in our stage of life. It's a food that, when chosen wisely, can be a true game changer. It's funny how life works, isn't it? We spend years, decades even, following certain rules about what's good for us and what's not. We're told to avoid certain foods, to fear fats, to always choose the low-fat option. And then, as science learns more, the story changes. We discovered that some of those things we were warned away from were actually some of the most nourishing, healing foods on the planet all along. It reminds us that it's never too late to learn, to adapt, and to give our bodies what they've truly needed all this time. That brings us to our fifth and final food, the one I hinted at that has been so misunderstood. This isn't some exotic fruit from a remote jungle or an expensive supplement. It's something far more simple, far more fundamental. In fact, it's one of the most whole, complete, and natural foods you can possibly eat. I'm talking about the incredible, edible egg. The whole egg, yolk and all. For so long, we were told to fear the yolk, to toss it out and just eat the bland white, all because of its cholesterol content. But here's the profound shift in understanding that's so important for us. Dietary cholesterol, the kind found in eggs, does not negatively impact blood cholesterol for the vast majority of people the way we once thought. In fact, for men our age, that yolk is an absolute treasure trove of nutrients that are directly supportive of testosterone production. Think of an egg yolk as nature's multivitamin, specifically designed to support life. It's packed with vitamin D, which we already know is crucial. It's loaded with healthy saturated fats and cholesterol. And this is the key point. Cholesterol is the direct building block, the raw material that your body uses to manufacture testosterone. You can't make this vital hormone out of thin air. Your body needs that foundational material. By eating the whole egg, you are providing your body with the literal bricks and mortar. It needs to build and sustain healthy hormone levels. It's not clogging your arteries. It's fueling your vitality. Beyond that, egg yolks are rich in a nutrient called choline, which is fantastic for brain health and cognitive function, and selenium, another key mineral for testosterone production and overall cellular health. So, please, unless you have a specific medical condition your doctor has warned you about, embrace the yolk. Enjoy a couple of whole eggs several times a week. Scrambled, poached, boiled it, doesn't matter. You're not eating a forbidden food. You're partaking in one of nature's most perfect offerings for hormonal health. And there we have it, our 5 proven, powerful, and perhaps surprising foods The fatty fish, swimming with vitamin D and omega-3 south. The humble cabbage, quietly helping to rebalance your inner chemistry. The zesty ginger, stoking the fires and improving the flow. The mighty oyster, packed with the essential hormone, zinc, and the complete, wholesome egg, providing the very building blocks of life and vitality. Now, I don't want you to leave here feeling overwhelmed, thinking you need to overhaul your entire diet by tomorrow. That's not how this works. This is a gentle journey. The real power isn't in eating all 5 of these at once, in a single mega meal. The power is in the pattern. It's in the consistency. Start small. Maybe this week, you decide to have salmon for dinner on Tuesday and add some grated ginger to your morning oatmeal on Thursday. Next week, you might try a nice cabbage soup and enjoy a couple of soft-boiled eggs for breakfast on Sunday. The week after, you might pick up a tin of smoked oysters and have them on a few crackers. This isn't a race. It's about introducing these powerful allies into your life, one delicious meal at a time. It's about sending your body that consistent message of support, because that's what this is really all about. It's not just about a number on a hormone test. It's about feeling that strength in your grip when you shake a friend's hand. It's about having the energy to play with your grandchildren in the backyard. It's about that mental clarity that lets you get lost in a good book or tackle a project in the garage. It's about feeling engaged, vibrant, and fully yourself in your relationships. It's about living your life with passion and purpose, because you have the foundational energy to do so. You have more control over this than you might have thought. It's in your hands, and it starts on your plate. Small changes, made with consistency, can truly light that pilot light again and help you feel that warm, vibrant energy return. I'd love to hear from you. Have you tried any of these foods and noticed a difference? Maybe you have a delicious way of preparing cabbage or a favorite ginger tea. Share your experiences and your tips down in the comments below. Let's learn from each other and build a community of support. If this resonated with you, if it gave you a bit of hope and some practical ideas, please do give this video a thumbs up. It really helps others, just like you, find this information. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that little bell. We're here to explore more of these topics together, to find simple, natural ways to live our very best lives in these later chapters. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. Remember, it's never too late to invest in yourself. Here's to your health, your vitality, and to feeling truly wonderful.